Before the depth of the oceans was measured and the height of the heavens was calculated, there existed a fear so primal it froze the blood in the veins of our ancestors. It is the dread of the unseen, the terror that beneath the thin crust of our daily lives, something vast and patient is waiting. We tell stories to keep this terror at bay, to name the demon so we might feel mastery over it. But sometimes the story only confirms that the end is inevitable. This is the legend of the Sky Lord who struck at the world serpent, the most catastrophic encounter in all of Norse mythology, a battle not for glory, but for the very survival of the world. To understand the weight of this moment, you must first see the world as the Northmen did a millennium ago in the cold and windswept lands of Scandinavia. Imagine the cosmos not as a vacuum of empty space, but as a great organic machine, the nine worlds resting upon the boughs of a massive ash tree, Yggdrasil. Above lies the realm of Asgard, the bright domain of the Aesir gods, with a golden hall shine with the light of a sun that is chased by wolves. Below lies the dark, churning void of Niflheim. And bridging them all is Midgarda, the Middle Garden, the realm of mortals, a green island of humanity surrounded by a ring of water so deep and wide it defies comprehension. This is the outer ocean, and in its freezing black depths, coiled in the darkness, sleeps the monster that dwarfs all others. His name is Jörmungandr. He is the Midgard Serpent, the world's snake. Born of the trickster god Loki and the giantess Angrboða, he is a creature of such immense size that he has encircled the entire globe, gripping his own tail in his mouth. He is the Ouroboros, the ring of stability and destruction combined. When he tightens his grip, the seas rise and the land trembles. And there, amidst the thunderheads and storm clouds of Asgard, stands his eternal nemesis, Thor, the Thunderer, the strongest of all the gods, the defender of mankind. The two are destined to destroy one another, a prophesied doom that hangs over every feast and every triumph in the halls of the gods. But they could not wait for the end of the world to meet. They had to test their strength just once before the final curtain fell. Our story begins not in the heat of battle, but in the deceptive quiet of a fishing boat. Thor, weary of the petty squabbles of the giants, decides to test his mettle against the beasts of the deep. He travels to the edge of the known world, to the hall of the giant Hymir, a grudging host who fears the very air the thunder god breathes. They row out into the gray, heaving waters of the ocean. Hymir rows in terror of the depths, but Thor rows with a fury that splits the waves, his massive biceps straining against the oars, his eyes scanning the horizon for a worthy prey. He does not fish with a line and a hook, but with a massive iron cable, baited not with worms, but with the head of a mighty ox, a savage offering for a savage throat. They row for miles, until the land is a memory behind them. The silence stretches, heavy and suffocating. Suddenly, there is a strike on the linea, not a tug, but a seizure of the ocean itself. The water boils. The groans of a leviathan echo from the abyss below. Thor braces his boots against the gunwales of the boat, the timber splintering under the strain of his divine power. He is wrestling with the gravity of the abyss. He pulls, and slowly, agonizingly, the head of the beast breaks the surface. It is a sight that would drive a mortal man mad. Jörmungandr, the world's serpent. His head is the size of a longhouse, his eyes burning with a cold, ancient hatred, his scales the color of bruised iron and sea slime. The toxin dripping from his fangs is so potent that it poisons the very air around him. As he rises, the ocean churns into a vortex, and the sky above blackens with the storm of Thor's rage. The two titans lock Aesa, the god of thunder, and the serpent of the world. For a heartbeat, the cosmos holds its breath. In that moment of adrenaline and fury, Thor reaches for his hammer, Mjolnir, the crusher of mountains. He is ready to end the prophecy here, to sever the Serpenta's spine and free the world from its bondage. But terror strikes not the god, but his companion. The giant Hymir, seeing the monstrosity rising from the deep, trembles so violently that he draws his knife and cuts the line. The snap of the cable echoes like a gunshot. The tension releases. The serpent sinks back into the black void, hissing in triumph and hatred, disappearing beneath the waves. Thor, robbed of his kill, hurls his hammer after the beast, a missile of pure fury, but it misses, striking the water and retrieving nothing but the deep silence of the ocean. Thor sits in the rocking boat, his chest heaving, silent and trembling, not with fear, but with a blinding, white-hot rage. He has met his destiny, and he has been denied. This encounter is merely a prelude, a skirmish before the war, but it sets the stage for the final act of the cosmic drama. The story shifts forward to the inevitable twilight of the gods, the Ragnarok paragraph K. The winter of winters has fallen. The sun has been swallowed by the wolf. The stars have fallen from the sky. The bonds of order have shattered. The earth shakes, convulsing as the serpent releases his tail. He no longer encircles the world. He now churns the seas to a boiling froth, spewing poison into the air, turning the sky into a toxic mist. From the east, the ship Naglfar, made of the fingernails of the dead, arrives, carrying the army of giants. From the north, the wolf Fenrir breaks his chains. And from the sea, J with tilde paragraph Jormungandr rises, towering over the landscape, his venom killing all living things it touches. The Heimdall sounds the Gyllar horn, the final trumpet blast that shakes the foundations of Yggdrasil. The gods arm themselves. They know the prophecies have come to pass. Thor stands at the forefront. He is older now, his beard gray, his eyes grim. He knows he will die here. But the duty of the warrior is not to survive, but to stand. He wears his iron gloves and the belt of strength, Megingjord. He grips Mjolnir. He does not retreat. He walks forward to meet the thing he hates most in the universe. This is the climax of the myth. The Thunderer and the Serpent rush one another. It is not a duel of wits, but a collision of force. Thor summons every volt of lightning in the heavens, channeling the fury of the storm into the iron of his hammer. He strikes the serpent square upon the skull. It is a blow that splits the air, louder than the thunder itself. The impact shatters the Serpenta's head. The monster falls dead. The monster that encircled the world is broken by the god who protects it. But victory is fleeting. The myth is a tragedy, not a triumph. As J with tilde paragraph Jormungandr collapses, the final expulsion of venom erupts from his maw, a tidal wave of poison that engulfs the Thunderer. The Aesir god of the common man, the champion of the farmers and the travelers, does not die in a bed, nor does he die cleanly. He takes 9 steps back, staring at the corpse of his enemy, his flesh burning from the inside out. He falls. The sky goes dark. The hammer of Thor drops to the earth, useless without its master. What does this story mean to those who huddled around fires in the long dark of the Scandinavian winter? It is a grim reminder that strength is not enough, that even the mightiest can be felled by the poison of the world. To the